Hey. Hey. My name's Klas Nordwall. I'm a Swedish director based in London. I'm going to take you on a little ride
First floor underground.
today in a car, because most of my videos are set in cars. I choose to shoot on 16 a lot. Most of my favourite films from the late 70s, early 80s, a lot of Sidney Lumet and Jarmusch and Wenders and all these guys. Yeah, there's a certain texture, there's a certain colour, somehow feels more alive. I feel like there's more poetry to be read from film in a way. And also, starting to shoot with 16, I realised that it's a really good asset on set because it really focuses people, because it's more important that you get things right, seeing that you only really have a couple of takes. With the Palace Martyr video, we wanted to sort of loosely convey the concept of martyrdom. There's some shots in the video where we try and project the images of famous martyrs onto the body of this model that we had, and then also we wanted to sort of convey this feeling of being a martyr in a relationship and how communication can be really foggy, if that makes sense. And so we wanted to shoot through a bunch of, like, a veil and a sheet of frosted glass, and just sort of to convey this difficulty in communicating. Application apparatus, that was a fun one. Like with all of the other Parquet Quartz videos, the concept was developed in collaboration with the band. Yeah, it was Andrew's lyrics, and they were all about sort of technological alienation, and he had framed this rideshare driver as being alienated to his passengers via language and also via mechanism, as in the car and the phone. We wanted to stick shooting on 16mm, so the obvious reference was the Koyani Kwatsi trilogy, which it has a very good way of communicating that sort of, the pace of, like, modern society and industrialization. And so I thought we could shoot time lapses, but in London, to sort of communicate that stressed out, kind of warped out perspective. And we shot it out of just a Range Rover with a split tailgate in the back, so we shot out of the back with the looking onto the car, which made it more shaky, and we gave it like a very peculiar aesthetic, I think, but it worked in the end.
Sleeping children, back to the light of morning. The operating mechanism returns to its resting human state.
My first pursuit in life was music. I grew up playing in hardcore and punk bands in Sweden. I ended up moving to London, UK, where I'm currently living. I remember going to visit my girlfriend at the time, her family in Malaga, and staying a night at her sister's house. And when everyone gone to bed, I dug out like a VHS copy of Buffalo 66. And I think after watching that, I realised that you can really have this sort of DIY approach to making a feature, and it really inspired me, and I thought, yeah, that's what I want to do. So Steve was friends with Michael Chapman. They played shows together and stuff. We thought it'd be interesting if Michael could be this Ancient Jules character. The song has this really onward empowering kind of feel to it, and I felt like it would be appropriate to do some kind of like road movie style video. And we had the idea for Steve to drive a motorbike through the Highlands of the UK and then break down, and then for Michael Chapman to sort of happen to be driving by and take him home and give him some like endless glasses of wine and listen to records and jam together. Yeah, with Berlin Got Blurry, it was really extensively storyboarded, and all those storyboards came from me going and doing a recce trip a week ahead of the shoot and just spending 2 days in Berlin, taking the subway around town to find these locations that would fit with the story. And a lot of the research went into going to about 10 or 15 different Kneipens. They're called Kneipen, and it's basically it's a German bar, or an old-fashioned German bar. And I remember walking into the Zoom Umsteiger where we ended up shooting the main performance element in the video, and immediately feeling like it was so perfect.
Funny how a sameness cannot be distinguished. Strangeness is relieving when you point it out. Email, poem, slogans on example.
A lot of the inspiration came from watching Jonathan Richman's performances in films, such as in There's Something About Mary, and also I really love the performances in Aki Kaurismäki's films. He sets up these settings where there's like these rock and roll bands that play. The settings are quite sort of dry, and the characters are quite colourful always. Doing loads of music videos has definitely given me the tools needed, or the confidence also needed, in order to direct bigger crews. And now with the narrative work that I've started to do, I've shifted my focus more onto developing characters and telling stories. My intention is definitely to turn the short version of Autoscopy into a long version. And essentially it's about a sound artist who's struggling with PTSD, or undiagnosed PTSD, and he gets commissioned to compose the music for a TV spot, and ends up going to this cabin in the woods where he ends up digging up a dark family secret. Music videos has been my rite of passage. It's been where I've been able to learn all of the tricks of the trade, and to learn how to work with different talent and crew, and to be able to communicate what you want in a more nuanced way. I like to have my approach to be driven by the emotion that's trying to be conveyed, or maybe the overarching theme of the piece. It's a never-ending art to make films because there's so many different approaches. Okay, right, should we take... Yeah, I could sort of jump into the car as well.